Hey guys, Max's Dioramas here. Today, I'm going to be building a Hogwarts Legacy Forbidden Forest spider diorama. First, I'm going to start with my piece of foam here, and I also have this spider that I'm going to be using for this spider diorama. So I'm just going to break him off of his stand here, so he's good to go. Then I have these scrap pieces of foam I'm going to break off and use as some of the base for the diorama here. So I'm just measuring them out and breaking them off. Then I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to spread Mod Podge onto these pieces and glue them to the base of the diorama. Then I'm going to mark off the little cave for the spider and cut those pieces out. And I will also glue the cave pieces down. Once that's done, I'm going to take my Sculpt-A-Mold here and add water to it, mix it up good to the right consistency. Once that is done, I'm going to start spreading it onto the diorama. I decided that the cave needed to be a little angled, so I took my saw here and cut that off and added Sculpt-A-Mold over the cave. Then I'm going to start building the trees for the diorama. So I just took some wooden dowels and some aluminum foil and wrapped the dowels in the aluminum foil just to get the tree trunk base shape made. Then I took some random pieces of aluminum foil and put them into root shape so that way they would act like roots for the tree. I took my hot glue here and hot glued the roots onto the base of the tree. Just doing a little test fitting of the tree onto the diorama, and it seems to work well. Then I'm going to make the tree branches out of aluminum foil as well, similar to the way I made the roots for the tree. And I will do the same for the roots on the small tree and the branches on the small tree as well. Once that is done, I'm going to paint the base of the diorama a brown, just to give the base a good ground color. Then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and add a bark feel to the small tree. I also made these roots that come out of the ground just to give the diorama some more added effects. And so I'm going to do the same for that, adding texture to the roots with the hot glue. Then I'm going to dry brush some light brown as well onto the base of the diorama, just to give it a little more texture, along with some light gray. Then I'm going to take my Sculpt-A-Mold again, and I'm going to add it to the tree using a paintbrush. This method didn't work the greatest, but it did the trick. Off camera, I painted the tree trunks, the tree roots, and everything brown. Then I took some craft spray adhesive along with some clump foliage, and I sprinkled that over the spots of the branches of the tree to create the leaves on the tree. I wasn't completely satisfied with how the tree looked with the Sculptamold, so I also took the hot glue to add more texture, like bark, to the tree, and then I painted over that as well. I attempted to make some spider webs with the hot glue gun on the cave here, and it did a pretty decent job. Next, I wanted to add some gravel to the diorama, so I lightly spread all the gravel on the diorama and then shook off the excess back into the container. Then I'm going to attach my tree here using hot glue for both trees and all of the roots. Next, I took a black wash to put over the roots and the trees, just to give them a little more depth. Then I'm going to take my airbrush and start airbrushing the spider with a light brown. Then I'm going to take some black paint with a very fine tip paintbrush here to paint the eyes. And a design on the back of the spider here. I then had the idea of using this neon black light paint to kind of bring out the details in the eyes of the spider and the abdomen. And I also had this little bit darker green that I use on the abdomen and fangs. Once that was done, I used my Mod Podge with some moss just to add some more details to the diorama here. And I decided to add a little bit more spots of gravel here on the diorama. I then took some things I found outside to add even more texture and depth to the diorama. Next, I used this polyfoam that is used to stuff like teddy bears and stuff. It actually works really great for spider webs if you pull it very thin. So I took all this polyfoam and I started spreading it all over the diorama. I then painted the edges of the diorama with black, and I used super glue to attach the spider to the diorama. Lastly, to go along with that neon paint I put on the spider, I took this blue LED that I had lying around and attached it to the tree using some hot glue. Next, I'm adjusting the LED to really make those colors pop on the spider that I added. And I'm just going to hide the wire on the side of the tree with some hot glue and then paint over the hot glue again, just like I did when I put the hot glue on the tree to hide the wire. And that's it, guys. Here is the Hogwarts Legacy spider diorama. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. We'll see you guys in the next one.